I hope you can see this, right? This diagram. This is the Selenium 3 implementation. So in WebDriver, we have a search context, a parent interface. The child is a WebDriver interface. WebDriver extends to search context. So the parent interface of WebDriver is search context. So search context has two methods declared in search context: find elements method. And WebDriver, just now we have seen all get method, close method, fit method, get window handles, get title, get current URL, get page source. All these methods are available in this WebDriver interface. But interface that doesn't implement, right? Interface has only abstract methods. These methods you should implement in some classes. So the WebDriver is implemented by remote WebDriver class. Remote WebDriver class implementing the WebDriver interface. That means if you are implementing the WebDriver interface means you have to implement the search context methods also in this class. So WebDriver methods, search context methods, you have to implement in the remote WebDriver class. And this remote WebDriver is extended to Edge driver, Safari driver, Opera driver, Internet Explorer driver, Firefox driver, Chrome driver. So all these browsers are extending to this remote WebDriver class. So the parent of these classes is remote WebDriver. So you are implementing here automatically. You don't need to implement them here. So you can extend remote WebDriver to these classes. So you can use them automatically. So that's the how remote WebDriver is working here. So remote WebDriver is the main one which is implementing the WebDriver and search context methods. So that's the Selenium 3 architecture. And let's understand Selenium 4 architecture. See, search context extends to interface WebDriver. WebDriver is implemented in the remote WebDriver. And remote WebDriver is extended to Chromium driver. Chromium driver is again has a child's Edge driver and Chrome driver. Chrome driver extends to Chromium driver. So can you tell me what kind of inheritance is this? And this one.
Multi-level.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. Multi-level, right? Edge driver extends to Chromium driver. Remote WebDriver. So this is the parent for the Chromium driver. Chromium driver is the parent to Edge driver. Remote WebDriver is the parent to Chromium driver. So these three levels this Edge driver can access. 3 levels Edge driver can access. Even Chrome driver also can access 3 levels: Chromium driver and remote WebDriver. So that's the multi-level inheritance. You can give all answers for this if you understand these diagrams. So if you know the concepts, you can answer multi-level inheritance. Example, if they ask you, you can give answer. Or you can give, so interface, which is the interface, then tell all the interfaces in WebDriver, search context, WebDriver or interfaces. Now see, this is the WebDriver is implementing in the remote WebDriver class. And now remote WebDriver is extends to Firefox driver, remote WebDriver is extends to Internet Explorer driver, remote WebDriver is extended to Safari driver. Can you tell me what kind of inheritance is this? One parent to multiple child classes.
Multiple inheritance.
Multiple inheritance. Then what is this?
Multi-level.
Classes will support multiple inheritance, madam.
Class will not.
Then you only told, right? Multiple inheritance.
Multi.
single inheritance, like one to one.
Singular. It's, can you see this? Remote
Yes.
web driver is extends to Internet Explorer driver. That is okay. But again, remote web driver is extends to Firefox driver also, right? Then where is one to one?
One to many, right?
Same. So this remote web driver is parent to many class, many childs. It has many childs.
Mm.
How it will be a single inheritance? Hmm? This is the hierarchical inheritance. One parent properties can be used by multiple childs, right? That's a hierarchical inheritance. All Java, everything Java. I think you people need to join again Java. So better join again. Without Java, you cannot do anything here. I'm telling you frankly. See this. So remote web driver extends to object class. Chromium driver extends to remote web driver. Again, here see again, Chromium driver is extended to Chrome driver and Edge driver. This is also another hierarchical inheritance. Chrome driver extends Chromium driver. Edge driver extends Chromium driver. Chromium driver is the parent for these two classes. So Chromium driver extends to remote. You can say this one is a single inheritance. Chromium driver extends to remote web driver. You can say this is the single inheritance. Okay. So web driver is an interface. It is implemented by many classes, and this is available in org.openqr.selenium package. So the interface is a web driver, and this web driver is supported by multiple classes. So each browser has a one driver class. Firefox browser has a Firefox driver class. If you know naming conventions of a class, you won't make any mistakes. So what are the naming conventions of a Java class?
First letter should be capital letter. If it is a single word, multi means every starting letter should be capital.
Yeah, every word, first letter should be capital letter, remaining all lowercase. So that's what here Firefox driver. So two words. So Firefox F capital, driver D capital, but no spaces. Google Chrome driver is the class. Safari driver. Opera driver. So anyhow, IE is deprecated. HTML unit driver also deprecated. Event firing web driver. It is used to execute a JavaScript code, and this is one of the listener also. Remote web driver to run your so test cases on the remote browser and operating systems. You can use the remote web driver class. Edge driver from Microsoft browser. So can I create a like this? Web driver equal to new web driver. Is this correct or wrong?
Wrong.
Why? Why? Why it is wrong?
Yeah.
Hmm?
This web driver is an interface. Already it has a child interface directly. You cannot assign that. Like you need to assign web driver equal to new Chrome driver or new Edge driver or Firefox or like that. We need.
But why you cannot do like this? That's my question. I have answered
We
in.
cannot create an object for the interfaces. If we create an object for the interface, we need to provide the body or methods for the methods in the interfaces. So we cannot create an object for the interface.
You are somewhat, yeah, your answer is correct, but still not a complete sentence. Yeah, somewhat you are correct. So I already told very clearly. So the answer is interface and abstract class, you should not create object. Any interface, it doesn't matter what interface it is. You should not create object. The reason is interface has only abstract methods. Abstract methods means what? What is meant by abstract methods?
Only body will not be the only declaration will be there, body will not be implemented.
Only body will be there. There is no declaration, there is no body. That means body is not there, means there is no implementation for that method. Without implementation, how can you call that method?
You cannot cut.
That is the reason you should not create object for interfaces and abstract class. Because abstract class and interface has abstract methods which doesn't have any body or any implementation. Without implementation, you cannot call them. You cannot use them. If you create object, you have to use that method, right?
Yes.
That's why they stopped completely. So why we cannot create object for a WebDriver or interface, anything? The answer is same. Interface contains all abstract methods. Those methods are unimplemented or not implemented. No definition for them. Without definition, we cannot use them. That's the answer you have to give. Okay, this is very important also. When we first start with the Selenium automation, the first line you will write, right? So where you have used runtime polymorphism or method overriding concept in your automation. This is another interview question. So interface variable name equal to new implementing class. This is what we have written in our first line, right? This is the runtime polymorphism. Why it is runtime polymorphism? Can anyone tell? What is runtime polymorphism? I think you are very, very, very low in Java.
Method name is same. By parameter, we will call the method.
That's not correct.
Method name, runtime.
Java is, this is how, no, Rayeshwari, what is this, madam?